It's me. It's you. Yeah, a couple of things. One, I was thinking about, we throw around the term vibes a lot, and without really thinking about it, usually. But I think it's kind of a buzzword in a certain way, but sometimes buzzwords are buzzwords for a reason. And I think that in defense of sort of that pop culture vibes thing, I was thinking about it, and it's like there are certain people in certain moods who will walk in a room full of other people, or, enough people for it to be kind of a crowd reaction or mentality. And some people just change the energy in the room, just do, palpably. Just by walking in the door. Don't even have to say anything. And I've more noticed it with bad vibes, sadly enough, than I have with good vibes, because it's so obvious. A good vibe person, you just sort of feel uplifted and could attribute it to any number of things. The bad vibe person kind of really radiates it, and it really it's like, the air pressure in the room changes or something, and like suddenly it's dangerous, and that has happened to me. The same person who can light up the room when they're in a bad place is that scary vibe person who kind of sucks the air out of the room. So I think vibes are, it's a thing. And if you're sensitive to them, like High Priestess, to be able to, or Queen of Wands, to be able to read the vibes is sometimes I had a friend who's sort of an empath, and he'd be at a party and he'd just say, "Oh my God, this is a terrible place for an empath." You can get overwhelmed by and take on the energies of other people, and so stay safe. Okay, so that's where I'm starting. We're starting. The one other thing I'd written down is wishful thinking, because I think that the kind of cliche wishful thinking has come to mean, yeah, right, good luck with that. It's a very cynical take on the phrase, and I was thinking about Seven of Cups, which can be sort of interpreted that way, as you're just confused and you are pie-eyed or something like that. But it also is a card of thinking wishfully, like putting the wishes out there, dreaming your dreams. So I'm all in favor, in some ways, of both kinds of wishful thinking. I think if you're going to err on the side of being a cynic or being, more optimistic and open to the idea that something good could actually happen, wishful thinking. And I think it's also how you manifest it. If you don't put it out there as a sort of blow you a wish. Is that a thing? Blow you a wish? or blow out the candles. I don't know what I'm thinking, but oh, and there's a huge glob of cat hair. Good God, Ruth, Jesus. Sign of the cat. Yeah, vibes, wishful thinking. No. Okay. Oh dear. Nine of Swords. I mean, that's, why can't I ever get this set up properly? I think that's a little better. It's just a dark day. Nine of Swords. This is not wishful thinking. This is the opposite. This is anxiety at night, being kept awake by repetitive thoughts that are confusing to you and scary, or that just make you anxious. And stuck in some kind of loop where your brain's just sort of feeding you the same thing again and again. Okay. Can you tell us what would cause this anxiety? What's going on? Spirit. Well, these two for sure. Ace of Pentacles. Opportunity for a new solid beginning. The offer of that. And Queen of Wands, who we were just talking about, as the one who can read the vibes. Highly intuitive, can read the vibes. Well, if she can read the vibes, it might be she's reading somebody else's anxiety about an opportunity. And for some reason, I'm getting like a window of opportunity. You know, and there it is, that sort of, that pentacle. It's like a window. It's got a time frame somehow. Sometimes pentacles speak to years. So maybe it's like in a year, or some kind of anniversary thing that comes around cyclically. She might be reading the other guy's vibes. Okay. Highly unusual here. Okay. The other guy's vibes. She knows they're anxious and at an impasse. I think. And she doesn't read them with her, she doesn't read their mind with her mind. But she might read their mind, read their vibe anyway. Like, I think she knows they're like this, up in their head and very stressed. And at some sort of impasse. And she knows it. Those two cards are very dark, broody backgrounds. Whereas these two are just bright. It's like, and she's Queen of Wands, she's a fire sign. She's lit up, and she kind of, represents a for real opportunity for somebody. And I think they're stressed out and up in their head because they can't decide. They don't know, which is sort of weird because she knows. she intuits it. Okay. Under 9 of Swords, we have Queen of Pentacles. This might mean a person who's ordinarily stable and giving and the abundant one. I don't think she's up in her head about it, anything. Let's get some more star Aquarian energy. That sword sign energy. But this is a higher perspective and a healing. It's not high anxiety and an inability to decide. Bigger perspective. Grounded perspective somehow. Oh my goodness gracious, look at you. Next to the star, the sun. Major Arcana 17 and 19. So they're close in the succession of, major Arcana in the story. They're both quite a ways along in the story and near each other. And I mean, this is happiness, on the face of it, both in the sense of look at the card and note the resemblance here. The sun here and this golden opportunity, we could call it that, golden opportunity. And on the face of it, it also means like, this isn't hidden, this is in plain view. This is conscious, it's come to consciousness. It's a warm, on the face of it, happy sign. Leo energy. Okay. We've gotten a lot of these in a lot of readings. I mean, that's only natural that cards will pop back up, but it's sort of like we have quite the vocabulary going on here, consistent over time. 3 of Pentacles, the cooperative, grounded 3D energy. So something's going awfully right. Somebody's up in their head about an offer, maybe to a Queen of Wands who can read energies. And they think she's going to block them, or they're uncertain, they need to decide something. Okay, let's flip it. King of Swords. So, oh man. Came out with I mean, it's sort of an in-joke. There are some sword, earth things going on. But this is a cooperative energy for this happiness, this healing, and this grounded. I mean, this is the Queen of Pentacles. This is her element, literally, as somebody who for whom it's important that what he, she, they believe and feel to the best of her ability is manifest in the world. And obviously you can't manifest everything you want to, But she's manifesting this cooperative 3D energy, that's brilliant. That's healing and full of life and literally brilliant. Brilliant. So we do have two feminine energies, one masculine energy. That doesn't mean there are three people, but we do have sort of, this is the sword energy guy. This is the Aquarian. This is the thinker and possibly the overthinker, but also in the sense of the overthinker, the higher perspective person. I don't know why I always want to move it out of the frame, but it is like an out of the personal frame perspective into a more objective thing. And a little bit, this guy too, a little bit more analytical to get into this headspace. This is sort of the way in, and it's a little cold. But whoever this is, they seem to know that they want to work with somebody. They want to build something rather than disassemble. They want to work on it. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Excuse me. I got something to drink here. Bottom of the deck. I saw the card underneath, so I'm sort of smiling. Hangman. Working through your feelings. Working through your feelings. Coming to an understanding from a new perspective. And from a higher perspective. Going to take you higher. Sly stone. And I saw this one. King of Wands. We have a match pair. We have a match pair. And I think the last reading, these guys appeared again. And it doesn't mean fire sign, fire sign. It means they match in that energy of having direction, having inspiration, having drive, having passion, and being driven by that kind of, it's artistic fire in a sense, and it's also just life force. We're all driven by life force, but these two, could keep abreast of each other, could keep pace with each other. They're different. He's more, I do it in the outside world. She's more like, I'm a mystic. I do it in this kind of, in this kind of a setting. But they're complementary. And then the other coupling we have is King of Swords, the one with clarity of that Aquarian kind, that higher perspective thing. And one who is the caretaking, the caretaker, takes care of herself and of other people. She's grounded, she, he, they. She's very abundant. And I'm not sure, I've got to get a clarifier on this because I'm not sure what the new perspective is. Well, it's not this perspective apparently, because you don't get to star card like where you belong, where you're supposed to be on a spiritual level, and sun, you know, this revelatory you know, joy of in being alive. This isn't the joy in being alive. And do we all have a lot of this? I do. You know, I do for sure. I get scared and stressed out, and but I try not to let it I allow myself to feel the thing, and then I try to sort of you know, comfort myself out of that anxiety. Tell us more about the anxiety, please. Well, it's Nine of Swords and Nine of Cups. That's almost like you're worried about being happy. Oh, darling, don't do that. Don't stress out over getting what you want. Really? Tell us about the block. I mean, there's a block right there. You're scared of, well, and it might be I'm scared I won't get what I want. But there's a little bit of I'm scared to get it as well. Tell me about the Two of Swords, the decision. The decision, please. Well, it's an indecision. The reason for the indecision is that there's confusion. And the confusion is around, what do I feel? But this is what when I was talking about wishful thinking, I was thinking of this card. Because one meaning of this card is it's a fantasy. You'd rather fantasize. You can't decide because you just can't pick one thing. But the other meaning of the card is wishful thinking. It's almost like how do you manifest happiness? Not by letting your anxiety run away with you. Nine of Swords. Don't do that. Nine of Cups it instead. Don't be afraid of your happiness. Nine and nine is 18. Which I think is Moon. Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups combined are 18. 18 in the major arcana, God, I hope I'm right, is Moon. Which is the, you know, sort of the mystery. And the mystery, I think, is what if I don't get it? What if I do get it? What if I get it and it freaks me out? Nine of Swords. What if the very thing that freaks me out is what I want most? That's a dilemma. That's the mystery. And so's this the mystery. I mean, this is a card of wishful thinking. It can also be a card of confusion. You know, I can't make up my mind. And that's, you know, this is a card of cups. So if you're trying to make up your mind to decide, it may be that you need to first figure out what you feel. I mean, which was exactly, basically the upshot of the read I think I did yesterday. But Spirit's hammering this point home. It's not me. It's me, you know, and you getting the answers. Getting the answers. Then they come through your heart, not through your head. You know, that just keeps... Somebody's trying to really get that point across. Okay, what do we have next? Transformation. Well, of that kind of slightly cray-cray sword energy. That sort of, I'm a donkey on the edge energy. You know, I'm right ready to lose my shit. Well, that's being transformed because something's over. And there's a new thing. And that new thing is this tangible opportunity. Golden opportunity. I like that because the cliche popped into my head. But that's indeed what it is. Something bright, something worth going through this major transformation. Because Death card isn't always an easy energy. In the moment, it can feel like a loss. You know, there's a point in the transformation where you've left behind the old thing and the new thing isn't there yet. You're in this kind of liminal space, and it can feel naked. It can feel like, well, the new thing isn't here yet. Bright shining as the sun, you know. Amazing Grace, that's from. How sweet the sound. Page of Wands. The new direction. The new direction. Nine of Wands. Like after many, many, many tries. That you know, you've almost given up, or somebody has. You know, it's kind of the one more. I'll try it one more time. You know, even if that, you know, Eight of Swords. I think to extricate yourself, somebody to extricate himself, herself, their self from this kind of crappy sword energy, from the fear of getting what you want or not getting what you want. It's like, if you're in Nine of Swords energy, you'll worry about it either way. If it looks too good, you'll flip it and figure out how to make it a worry. We do this, but we don't have to. You know, it's like, finally, when you're right ready to give up, you find the way, Page of Wands, out. You know, you're able to sort of wriggle free of these things that bind you and blind you, She's wearing the blindfold, right? There's a way, Page of Wands, to extricate yourself from this. It's from the sword energy that's been really holding somebody back for a long time. For a long time. But again, it's sort of a happy, not anymore. You know, if this was a sort of, if the confusion was holding it up, which is one way you could read it. If the blockage was confusion, it could be flipped, because see how she's like this? It could be flipped to wishful thinking. Because Eight of Swords is the opposite. It's thinking you're trapped. Or being trapped in your head. Thinking you're trapped in your head. It's sort of like you can just disappear up your own hindquarters. But something has, there's somehow a new perspective, maybe on the part of this Earth sign, a higher perspective that's really, it's like higher perspective, it's like getting up above the clouds to the place where the sun is just, there are no clouds. There are no clouds. Not a cloud in the sky. I only have eyes for you. No more impediments to being able to sort of envision this healing, this happiness. You guys, wow. I think that's it. I mean, they're saying that's it. Anything else? Flip the deck? Okay. Flip the deck. Sometimes this is a nice sort of, and sometimes just, oh God, here we go. No, I think that's perfectly okay. I'm going to stop there. Okay. Oh God. That just tickles me when it's like, yeah, I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that. We've got 3 on the 3. Okay. On 9 of Wands, this I've tried and tried and tried. This way, this way, this way, almost repetitively. Like I keep trying the same way and it keeps not working. So now I'm going to try the new way, the inspired way, sort of like the improvisational way to get the hell out of this mental trap. And good on you, whoever the you is, that's what you need to do. Then there's the investment. I'm moving in the direction, not of mental constriction, but of real growth. You know, I'll invest in that. I'll invest in myself. I'll invest in transformation. Invest goes on 9 of Wands. The new path. Ace of Cups. You know, I think that on the face of it, you have Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, bringing love in, you know. Let's make that real, shall we? And this is sort of like the cherry on top. Out of this constricted mental space, straight through the portal, into that next thing. The transformation through the portal into the next thing. It's a golden opportunity. It's healing, star. It's happy, you know, full bore, full light, above the clouds, you know, above the clouds. I think there's a song lyric about that. There ought to be. Above the clouds, you know, where it's bright all the time. And of course, nothing's bright all the time, but this, both of you are bright. You're complementary fire signs. Complementary in your passion, your purpose, your creativity. You're also grounded and clear, complementary in that way. You know, the clear perspective, the up high one, and the one who knows it through grounded life, through living her life. He, she, they. And there's something about the upside down grounded, you know, the head is closer to the ground. There's something about that to get the new perspective. Cheers, that's brilliant. Good on you guys. Holy guacamole. Ah, boy. I mean, that made my day. I don't know about you. Golden opportunity and wishful thinking. And those cliches in this case are really working in your favor. They may be cliches in other circumstances, but for you, this is gonna, you know, there's an opportunity, a golden opportunity, upcoming. Major transformation. Yeah. I'm excited. All right, next time, you guys. And yeah, I mean, there are links to email me if you have questions about private reads or anything else. And I'm going to try to set up a website so it'll be a little easier to find videos. And I just am trying to figure out how to do that. So, bless you on your way, peeps.